Hello everyone! Guess what? In my meditation session yesterday, I had a vision of the most beautiful snowy owl. Now, owls, as you might know, are one of the types of symbols or guides that you might see when you meditate, specifically if you do certain techniques such as shamanic journeying. Well, my owl inspired me today to talk about visions in meditation, what they mean, why they happen, and how to work with them. Oh, but before I forget, please do subscribe because I am trying to grow my channel. I appreciate that very much. Have you ever been deep in meditation and suddenly you started seeing images, shapes, or perhaps even entire scenes that played out in your mind's eye? Maybe you've seen bright geometric patterns, unfamiliar faces, or animals. Well, if so, you're not alone. Many people experience this, myself included. But what do these visions actually mean? Are they just random brain activity? Or perhaps do they have deeper spiritual significance? Well, let's break it down. So, meditation visions are basically images that arise in the mind during deeper states of meditation. They can range from simple colors and patterns to full-blown symbolic messages. For instance, one of my clients, Dominic, once told me that he kept seeing volcanoes during meditation, which led him to a powerful realization about his repressed emotions. And another client, Sam, told me that she'd seen a vision of an old, wise woman who shared the deepest insights with her and whom she interpreted as a spirit guide. Now, some people see these experiences as purely scientific, just the brain processing subconscious material. But others see them as spiritual messages, glimpses into past lives, or a look at the Akashic records. Some of the things that you might commonly see when you meditate are geometric shapes. For instance, these might include sacred geometry, such as the macabre tetrahedron or a Metatron cube. Numbers and symbols, for instance, numerology signs, ancient symbols such as an ankh, or even a language that you don't recognize. Or perhaps you're seeing faces and eyes, which are among the most common images that the brain recognizes, and so it's no surprise when they turn up in meditation. If you have been seeing faces and eyes, they could just be memories of people you've seen, or they could represent spirit guides, ancestors, or even aspects of yourself. Animals, such as my snowy owl. Different cultures associate different animals with certain traits. For instance, wolves are associated with intuition, eagles with freedom, snakes with transformation. And so if you've been seeing animals in your meditation, it could symbolize that you are undergoing a transformation. Or maybe you've seen environments and landscapes, a peaceful garden, a stormy sea, a burning volcano. The subconscious often speaks to us through symbolic types of landscape. How about visions of the past or the future? Some people see what they interpret as past lives or future events. Now, whether or not they're real, we cannot be sure, but they could offer profound personal insights. And finally, out-of-body experiences. For instance, I once had an out-of-body experience in which I floated across the UK. Or perhaps you've traveled to other realms. And these are often referred to as expansions of consciousness. And so those are the spiritual interpretations of those visions. But let's take a minute to consider the science here. Now, if we take a look at the science, we have to consider that meditation shifts brain activity. When you meditate, your brain enters a state characterized by increased theta wave activity. Now, theta waves are associated with deep relaxation, with creativity, and with the processing of subconscious information. In this deep meditative state, your brain is less focused on external reality. And because of that, the visual cortex, the part of the brain that is responsible for processing visual information, starts generating images on its own. It's similar to dreaming, where the mind produces visual scenes without any external stimuli. And so that is the scientific understanding. Now, as I mentioned, entirely up to you. You can choose to go along with the scientific interpretation or with the spiritual. Neither way is right, neither way is wrong. And essentially, both interpretations acknowledge that these visions that we have during meditation arise from deep within the brain, where the boundaries between conscious control and subconscious and spiritual influence become a lot more fluid. Now, what if you want to have visions when you meditate? Well, let me discuss how you can experience meditation visions or journeys. Now, I teach a variety of techniques on thedailymeditation.com in my personal meditation lessons, from third eye meditation to shamanic journeying. And these techniques help people into immersive states. Now, what I will share is that all of the techniques that we use for visions during meditation share certain things in common. Firstly, if you want to meditate and have visions, you want to include some type of rhythmic stimulus, which will help your brain to relax into those theta wave states. Now, this could be a drum beat or a chant, and you want it to hit at around 4 to 7 beats per minute, which is what is used in shamanic rituals. Now, once your brain is in that relaxed zone, you want to allow your mind to start daydreaming. You can do that by closing your eyes and simply watching the colors and shapes dance around in your closed eyes, which is done in Entoptic Meditation. You can also focus on your third eye pineal gland, which is the spirit molecule, which is deeply associated with inspirations and insight. Specifically, here are some different types of meditation techniques that I recommend if you want to experience visions. Firstly, shamanic journeying. So in shamanic journeying, use a rhythm of drumming or chanting that helps you enter altered state in which you explore inner realms and connect with spirit guides. Third eye meditation. In third eye meditation, you focus on the space between your eyebrows, your third eye ajna, easy for me to say, third eye ajna chakra, which awakens your intuition and insight. Tibetan Dream Yoga. So Tibetan Dream Yoga is used to induce lucid dreaming, and then while you're having a lucid dream, you explore your dream as a way to kind of understand your subconscious mind. And as I touched on previously, Entoptic Meditation, which is a technique in which you observe the naturally occurring patterns and colors behind your closed eyes. Oh, and finally, scrying. So scrying is a technique that uses reflective surfaces like a mirror or water. You gaze into the water or the mirror, and as you'll know, if you've ever had those kind of insightful moments where you're gazing into water, it helps you to get into a really deep kind of spiritual state. Now, each of those methods offers a unique path to tapping into the visions that arise during deep meditation. Whether you're drawn to the rhythmic pulse of a drum or the focused imagery of your inner eye, there's a technique that will help you to connect with the deeper layers of your mind. And if you like, you can book sessions with me on thedailymeditation.com and we'll do it together. Okay, so that's how to have visions during meditation, but what do you do with them? Visions can, of course, feel profound, but what is their value? What is their usefulness? Well, here are a few different ways in which to engage with your visions. Firstly, start by journaling it. Write down what you see without overanalyzing. Over time, you might be surprised what you learn and what patterns emerge. Do free association. Take one image from your vision, jot it down, write down the first words that come to mind when you think of that vision, and that can kind of help you understand what that vision represents. Active imagination, which is another technique that I teach and which I have a guided version of on thedailymeditation.com and on my YouTube, Zen Pauly. So this is a Jungian technique in which we revisit a specific image from our meditation or from a dream. And we sort of reflect on that image. And as we reflect on it, other insights come up and we get to learn what that symbol, what that vision means to us. And finally, ask for clarity in your next meditation. So let's say yesterday, right, as I mentioned, I had a vision of a snowy owl. So today I can use that image of a snowy owl and meditate on it again and ask, what does this represent? And so that is a quick guide to visions in meditation. If you have been having visions in meditation and you want to understand them, or if you would like to experience this for yourself, I would love to work with you. In my private meditation lessons, we can explore techniques that will help you to access deeper states and interpret your experiences in a way that's meaningful for you. Thank you for joining me for today. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.